Hello, beloved. It's me, James Henry, and I am uh, ready to be with you as we do our weekly sacred reading that is available to you live at noon on Thursdays, but anytime after that as a recording. So I hope you find in it what you imagine or hope uh, to be what you need. Sacred reading, Lectio Divina in Latin, is an opportunity to trust that as we do reading from sacred texts for us, that Spirit can speak to us in ways that are fresh and new. Often those are born out of our own needs in this moment. What is it that needs to be mirrored in this text? Oftentimes that comes from unconscious places. It comes from Spirit bubbling up inside of us, past our conscious realization of what we need from the text, and instead offers us a window into something. It's not the same thing as Bible study. It's trusting that the words themselves and the Spirit flowing through those words will speak something into our lives right now. What we need to hear, what we hope to hear. We're reading our way through 1 John. We're in chapter 3. We're getting near the end of chapter 3. Today we're looking at verses 21 and 22, and we're going to see what it might say to us. Let me say, if you want to, and I encourage you to, practice sacred reading, Lectio Divina, on your own. I do it myself. Apart from this time, when you read the text, do it out loud. Let it vibrate in your body. It brings you into the moment and lets you hear perhaps things that your eyes don't see in the text. You hear the rolling of the words, and maybe they sort of speak to you. When you read them aloud yourself, you feel the vibrations throughout your body, that energy as it comes up and down. And if you really listen deeply, not only with the ears of your head, but the ears of your heart, you might hear echoes of what's important to be heard right now. So, having said that, I invite us now to listen as I read for us today's text. After I finish, feel free to stop and just reflect on what it means for you, what you hear, what image, what word, what phrase jumps out to you. However, if you want to, there'll be a pause after I finish reading it to you, and then what rises in me will be what I share. And it's just kind of a modeling of what it can look like to let the text speak into our lives. And sometimes it speaks about things we just don't anticipate. So catch your breath. Calm yourself into this moment. If you want to close your eyes, you can. And simply listen to the text for what it may say. Listen now for a word. My much loved friends, if our hearts are free from guilt, this gives us the courage to stand boldly before Creator. Creator will give us whatever we ask because we keep the instructions and do the things that make His heart glad. As I listen to the text today, what rose for me is the image in that first verse that we read, free from guilt. Free from guilt. I ponder guilt with some regularity. Occasionally, I get drawn back into the mistakes of my youth and adulthood, the things that I've done to alienate others. and I feel the heaviness that comes. For me, guilt is a heaviness that sits on my heart. It can be if I feel it. Now, what's most interesting is I believe that when I seek forgiveness and I let go, that those things are let go. And yet they revisit me sometimes, reminding me of those weak points, those moments in my life when I allowed reactivity to speak instead of uh, instead of the quiet of my heart. And probably it was because I hadn't found the quiet of my heart yet. But I'm not sure what it looks like completely to totally be free from guilt. The closest thing that I feel is in my morning practice of centering prayer and of meditation. When I let go of all the thoughts, and for moments, there are brief moments when there are no thoughts. And by brief moments, I'm talking nanoseconds probably, when there are no thoughts, there are no feelings rising, and the guilt is gone. And in those moments, I am freed. I am freed from guilt. I don't know if you bear guilt in your life, if you're feeling like you carry heavy things, but that was the image that rose for me. And I encourage you to listen to the text, read it from 3:21 and 22. Read it in your own, whatever version you like, the one you have at the house. Listen for what it might say to you. You might focus in on that second part that seems to be about asking what we want. You know, if we remain in God, asking for what we want or need, and perhaps that really boils down to some interesting thoughts as well about truly being grounded and Creator's heart, being happy at the things we do, bringing joy. I don't know. So those are my reflections and thoughts for today. Read the text, let it speak to you where you are. Always know that Spirit's seeking to speak into your life what you need to know in every given moment. And sometimes it's in sacred texts like this. And sometimes it's in the sacred text of nature itself. As you take a walk or as you look outside as the leaves are dancing. And it might speak something into your life you need to hear, you need to see. Sun shining outside today. Whatever it may be, know that in the midst of all other things, you are infinitely precious, unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. Spirit is speaking into your life. And if you listen closely, you'll hear what you need in the moment to carry you through. So until the next time, wish you all the very, very best. I love these times together.